Hello, gorgeous, gorgeous people. Today I'm doing something I've debated whether it's just too late to do this or not, but I've decided I'm just gonna do it anyway. Today we are going to be listening, ranking, and discussing Brat by Charli XCX. I wanted to get this done before the Grammys because I wanted to put it out there controversially that yes, much like many other people, Brat is my album of the year. And because we've already discussed the other favorite album that is in contention much on this channel, I decided that, you know, if we're going to talk about Tortured Poets Department, I thought that we'd better also bring Brat to the table. Now, Brat has kind of been an ever-present cultural moment for me, especially in my music. I listen to it on my own because I'll be completely honest, I watched Anthony Fantano's review video right after it came out and he was so excited about it and gave it a 10, and I was like, that bitch never gives 10s to anyone. There must be something going on with this album, right? And so I gave it a listen and guess what? I fell in love with it. Now, Charli XCX, has she been on my radar recently? Not really. I am Australian and have listened to KFC ads.
Did someone say KFC?
I don't care.
But also on my stream, I used to have like a scene. This is hard to explain to anyone that doesn't like follow Twitch. But I used to have a scene where I used her song Boys, and it was just all these like fictional characters that came up.
I was busy thinking about boys.
Yeah, anyway. Charli has kind of been ever present in my life. I associate her with fond things from my childhood like Angus Thongs and Perfect Snogging, even though she's not related to that at all. And I just love her. And this album really made my 2024. And I will say it got me through a very tough time and I'm very thankful for it. So today I wanted to listen to the album, both the full extended version of the album as well as the remixed version of the album. I am wearing all green. Yes, controversially, this is a Taylor Swift Eras Tour local crew shirt. My pants, I wanted to show you. When she slays, she slays. Don't get it twisted. So it is very hot. I am not doing this necessarily like my traditional listening videos. I'm also unfortunately back on the ratchet headphones. My Logitech headphones broke. We are in a wired situation these days. So if anyone has any good headphones that they would recommend for like music listening, please hit me up because I am in desperate need to have some headphones that not only work but look cute and are not falling apart at the seams. Without further ado, let's get on to our first song, which is, of course, Yeah 360. Am I going to be doing a British accent this whole video? It's going to be hard not to, let's be honest. There's just something that sparks joy about this song. Drop down, yeah. The camera flash on. Yeah. What am I fucking saying? Now, I will say, I know she says work angles, and it makes a lot of sense. But there's something about that line that just sounds like we're cankles. It doesn't even make sense, but every time I think, yeah, cankles. Yeah, 360.
Yeah, 360. When you're in the mirror, do you like what you see? When you're in the mirror, you're just looking at me. I'm everywhere, I'm so Julia.
I got into the songs without telling you my ranking. Of course, welcome to the rankings. My rankings here are I Love It. Yeah. To Die For, Girl So Confusing, Yuck, and Crash. 360 is going in, I love it. We have the Triple J Hottest 100 on the weekend. I'm filming this the week before the Hottest 100 happens. The voting closed the day that I'm filming this, and my partner voted for 360 because he's extremely culturally aware and has good taste, of course. I didn't vote for it. There was a song that I liked better on this album that I thought deserved to be voted for more, and I only vote for one song per artist normally. I do regret not voting for 360, I won't lie about it, but I love it. Me thinking about I Love It, the song. I crash my car into the grave. I don't care. Yeah, I love it. Next up on the album, we have Club Classics, and nothing gets me hyped like seeing the video that Charli put out as a teaser for this album of her recording this song.
When I go to the club, I wanna hear those club classics. Club classics, club classics.
And you can see the lyrics there all written out, like, girl. Oh, she's so iconic, I can't.
When I go to the club, I wanna hear those club classics. Club classics, club classics. To me, I wanna dance AG, I wanna dance with George, I wanna dance Sophie. I wanna dance to me.
This feels like I'm doing fucking Just Dance. You know, it goes without saying, hey, this song's a fucking banger. I will say that there are songs that are better than this song on the album, but I do think that this is such a good, like, let's be real, you know, if we didn't have 360, if we didn't have Apple, if we didn't have Von Dutch, like, let's just be honest, Club Classics would still be such a stellar song. Like, don't even lie about it. I'm going to put it in To Die For, not for any real reason. It's just, it's not, I love it. It's at To Die For. Do you know what I'm saying? So we're going to move through these quick because we've got essentially 2 albums to rank. Next up, we have Sympathy Is a Knife. I will say, before we get completely started with this one, I thought the song was fine. And it wasn't until the remix that I went, yeah. Do you know what I mean? I still think it's a good song. That's a preview to my opinion. Let's get into it. Oh, my ears. There's just tickling in my brain right now, you know? Anyway, banger. Like I said, this song only further assisted by the addition on the remix. I will put this in Girl So Confusing. Out of the 3, definitely I'd say I like it the least, but in my opinion, this album is almost perfect. So I'm ranking them, but know that in my heart, they're all 10, 10, 10, 10, 10s. I said this in a video already on this channel. If you had the power to put hits on an album, why wouldn't you be putting hits on an album? I'm thinking about you, Brat. Every single one of the songs on Brat just slaps. So that should be no surprise to you. Let's hit it up with Might Say Something Stupid.
I might say something stupid. Talk to myself in the mirror. 'Cause I don't know if I belong here anymore.
Needless to say, in terms of the sound of this album, this is the song that if I had to cut anything on the album, it would be this song. So for that reason, I'm going to put it in Crash. It's not a bad song, and I think it's aided by the fact that it is shorter than the rest of the songs. If I had to remove anything, I would remove that song just sonically. But in terms of like what she talks about in the song, it's very vulnerable, it's very insecure, which this whole album is. So like thematically it all makes sense. But sonically, it's a skip normally for me, so that's why it's in Crash. Next up we have Talk Talk.
I've been looking at you, putting holes in your head. Now I wanna approach you, but we've been keeping this a secret. Talk, talk, we should talk, talk, we should talk, talk, we should just talk to me. Talk to me.
Hey, this song's a fucking banger. I'm going to put this in To Die For sure. I love it. Every time it comes on, I'm having a great time. I hope that the way that I move my body explains enough how this album makes me feel. You know, I don't need words to describe this album. I'm giving you my review through interpretive dance. And you should just feel what I'm feeling as I listen. That's just really the true experience listening to Brat. Next up, we have Icon, Von Dutch. Oh, before we get into this, if you have not heard this song, which is an impossibility, but if you have not heard this song, stop this video, pause it, come back to it, and go and watch the Von Dutch music video. This song is so good, but that music video adds something insane. And I will say it makes me so anxious, but in a good way. Like I feel itchy. In a good way. Okay, let's get into it.
It's okay to just admit that you're jealous of me. You're obsessing, just confess it, put your hands up. I'm your number one, I'm your number one, I'm your number one. Yeah, I'm just living that life. I'm that club classic, but it's still pop. I'm your number one, I'm your number one, I'm your number one. Yeah, I'm just living that life. I'm that club classic, but it's still pop. Why you lying? You won't fuck unless she famous.
Anyway, the banger to end all bangers, that's going in. I love it. When I first heard that song, I was like, yeah, yeah, yeah. That's for me. What was the first song that I heard of Brat? I mean, it must have been 360, hey, let's be for real. Or was it Von Dutch? Which song bloody came out first? Let's look that up. Von Dutch, okay. In theory, I heard Von Dutch first. And what an impression that left, hey. Oh my god, what a song. Everything is romantic. That's our next song. Let's get into it. I forgot how much this song goes hard. I was like, how does this song even go? No. Get ready.
Bad tattoos on leather tan skin. Jesus Christ on a plastic sign. Everything is romantic. Oh. Everything is romantic.
I'm getting sweaty. I'm sorry, that song is so good. I love how in the beginning I was like, how does this song go? As soon as we get into it, it's like that scene in Ratatouille when the critic has the Ratatouille for the first time. Oh, that's so good. Do I love it more than Club Classics and Talk Talk? I think I do. I love it. Our next song is Rewind. Now, when I was first listening to this album, I didn't know which songs were singles. I assumed that 360 was a single, but I thought that Rewind was a single because I had heard it on the radio. Actually, Rewind might be the first song that I heard on this album because this song really gives single energy to me. And I'll be completely honest, most of the songs on this album give single energy, but this one, I just really like it. It's funny going into it thinking that it was a single and then finding out it wasn't and being confused. Anyway.
Sometimes I just wanna rewind. I'd go back in time to when I wasn't insecure, to when I didn't overanalyze my face shape. Sometimes I just wanna rewind.
Anyway, this song goes crazy for me. I really love it. I think that it's extremely relatable. What I think I really like about this album overall is even though it's really obviously overproduced, like that's the sound of hyperpop, the lyrics themselves are just very honest. And I remember Charli saying that the whole point of all of the lyrics were that she wanted to be unfiltered and she just wanted to say things how they felt. She didn't want to give any like metaphors or similes. She just wanted to say things as they are, which ended up being funny when one of her songs is called Sympathy is a Knife, when that's a metaphor. But anyway, yeah, I love this song. I don't think it's in I Love It. I'm actually gonna put it in Girl So Confusing, even though I love it so much. Like, I love Sympathy is a Knife as well. I can get down. Like, when I think about Club Classics and Talk Talk, I like them better for sure than Rewind. I do really like Rewind, but yeah. It does go crazy. I love the just rewind. At the end of the song, that bit's probably my favorite part of the song. Okay, next up we have a song that is so important to me. When I said that this album got me through a pretty tough time, I was listening to this right when something, I'll just say it, why am I dancing around it? One of my best friends passed away literally right after this album came out. As much as I identified with a lot of this album, So I was one of those songs that like, I was more sympathetic in the not knife way than empathetic. And then about a month later after this album came out, it became empathetic. And so, you know, I really gravitated to songs that were about friend grief. And so this song became very powerful for me. Yeah, this is already going to be like a highly ranked song. But, you know, there you go. There's a little bit of context. Okay. Am I gonna cry?
Always on my mind. Every day, every night, your star burns so bright. Say that I love singing these songs you left behind.
That part in particular makes me very sad.
It's okay to cry. So I know I can cry, so I cry.
Yeah. So I think the thing that I like best in songs like this, and I also think of Taylor Swift's Marjorie when I think about this, whenever they talk about kind of little pieces that you have left of the person that are like physically there. Marjorie, she talks about having old grocery receipts. And in this song, it's the songs that Sophie left behind. That that just makes me cry profusely. So because of how impactful this song is to me and how beautiful I think it is done, like it's so much less in your face compared to the rest of the album. And I think that it is so perfectly produced for the topic. It doesn't feel out of place. I also don't think it's too long. I don't think it was just tacked on. So I'm going to put it in I love it. It's a song I have to be in the mood for because obviously it makes me quite emotional, but I just love it. And I feel very grateful when artists are very vulnerable like this in this kind of way. Grief has completely consumed me. And so when I hear people talk about grief, something that is extremely hard for the person to talk about, it's just such a gift because it helps so many people that are going through that similar thing. That's why I love that song so much, other than it being a beautiful song about missing someone who was so impactful to you. Next up we have Girl. It's so confusing sometimes to be a girl. There's no truer statement. Now, I will say this song, as a spoiler, is the song that I voted for in the Triple J Hottest 100. But it was not this version. That is like a bit of a spoiler. This song is crazy good. And I think the whole mystery around who it was about, because there was a few people that people thought that this song was about. And then for Charli to bring Lorde on the remix, this person who the song's about, to have Lorde say her part back to her, that was a cultural moment. Anyone who's like, Brat wasn't as big as people keep saying it is. Are you fucking for real? That song alone is pop. All of 2024's pop. I can't even. If people say that this album wasn't culturally significant, yes, it fucking was. And it's because of this song. Actually, the next two songs. Let's be for real. Let's listen to Girl So Confusing so you can hear exactly what I mean.
It's so confusing sometimes to be a girl. Yeah, I don't know if you like me. Sometimes I think you might hate me. People say we're alike. They say we've got the same hair. It's so confusing sometimes to be a girl.
Anyway, hey, I'm going to put it in To Die For, but only because it gets better on the remix. So I fucking love that song. It's so good. I think Charli does a really good job of talking about kind of industry expectations and expecting people to be friends that might not have any reason to be. I know Lorde's kind of talked about that as well. So it is interesting that those are the two people that are on this record. So anyway, love it. Cultural moment, undeniable. Now the next one is a TikTok cultural moment. A lot of these have been TikTok cultural moments. Let's not lie about it. But this one in particular was made completely the icon status that it is because of TikTok. Rest in peace, but also welcome back. TikTok kind of had a Jesus moment. It went away for like 24 hours and has come back. And now I'm meant to pat Trump on the back for fixing something that he started. Not sure I can do that. Anyway, let's listen to Apple. Is Brat the album green because of Apple? I have been wondering why this album is acid green. I just assumed that just the aesthetic of the rest of the album, like, it's very minimalistic, but like, you know, it has this kind of like dirty cocaine, heroin party, you know, club antics, which gives just kind of like a ratty, dirty, but also like that kind of chrome, you know, Y2K look about it. But it's only just occurred to me that potentially there's more. There could be another reason that it's fucking acid green, and that's Apple. Okay, sorry, didn't mean to yap. It was just a thought I had. I thought I'd say it in the moment. Hey, sue me. I don't know the dance, actually. Me knowing half of the dance moves. There's a reason I never went famous on TikTok for dancing, but it goes crazy. And there was a time when I did know all the dance moves. Not now. Unfortunately, not now. That's going in. I love it for sure. All right. I would say this next song, actually the next two songs are sleeper hits. The first one is B2B. There's something about that sound that's so dirty. And it's good. Wait till after the chorus bit. Just wait. Just wait. Doesn't that just feel good in your ears? Yeah, let's get around it. I'm gonna put it in To Die For as well. I love it. It's definitely a sleeper hit. I think the way that she plays with the production on all of these songs is just so fun. At least in my opinion. In no point does it get repetitive. Club music, sometimes they suffer from being too much. That's the genre, right? It is a bit much. I don't know. Everything about this is just, it's like at the right moment, it knows when to change and do something different and fun. And that's just this album to me. Anyway, Mean Girls is my next song. And boy, let me tell you, this song is... My mind is alive. This song has definitely been brought forward in my favorites from the use on Mike's channel. That is so hard to say like that, Mike. Let's get that worked out, hey? When he was adding the little piano part from Mean Girls as like interludes between topic changes. Oh my god, it was making me laugh so much. Anyway, this song's great. There's nothing better than that piano part. It just tickles my brain in a way that is crazy. And so that's what the... yeah, anyway, let's get around it.
Yeah, it's 2 a.m.
This is so... This is real Britcore. I don't know why. I'm being sent to the fucking stratosphere. Oh, it's crazy. I don't even need to tell you that. Mean Girls is in. I love it. I think this song gets a lot of hate for no reason. I was just watching someone's video. Ooh, if I can remember, I'm going to put it in the description and I'll put it on the screen. Someone made this fantastic video, which was essentially, this album is perfect except this one song. And for Brat, they said that this next song, I Think About It All the Time, was the song that they would remove. As I said before, I might say something stupid would be my one that I would remove if I was to remove any. I personally think that I Think About It All the Time, it's so relatable to me. So part of the lyrics are Charli talking about because of her career and taking advantages of doing certain things, she thinks that she's going to miss out on things that she has always wanted. And one of them is like having kids and settling down and all these things. And like, you know, maybe I'm going to run out of time to do that. And that is so, I think about that all the time. Hey, I'm just like you. I don't want kids personally, but I think that that is such a, especially as a woman, you know, the idea of these kind of gendered expectations. Yeah, I think about it all the time. And especially as someone who doesn't want to do the gender norm thing, I'm always thinking about it. I'm like, am I just scared to do it? Or is this something that I actually don't want? I think about it all the time. And then I might run out of time, because what happens if in 5 years I go, actually, I wish I did do that? And I think about it all the time. So this song is really important to me. So let's fucking give it a moment and listen to it. It's the least listened to song on the whole album. Oh, maybe I'm wrong. Maybe that song should be the one that's removed. Maybe I'm wrong. Let's listen to it anyway.
I think about it all the time, that I might run out of time, but I finally met my baby, and the baby might be mine. I went to my friend's place and I met their baby for the first time. She's a radiant mother and he's a beautiful father, and now they both know these things that I don't.
Anyway, and like the song's not even that long. Like, let's be for real. Do people really hate it that much that it shouldn't be on the album? Crazy. It's a topic that I think about a lot myself. I like it a lot. Is it a song that I skip? No. Not like I might say something stupid. Like, I actively skip that song. I'm going to put it in Girl So Confusing. I don't think anything's going to go in yuck. This always happens. I always put 5 categories and I go, I don't dislike it enough to not put it in the middle category. This always happens. Hey, you never know. The remixes might happen. Anyway, now we have the official end of the first version of this album, which is 365, which is in itself a remix of 360. I remember when I first listened to this song, I went, have I already heard this song? As a follow-up from 360, it's so good. The elements that are added to this are crazy. Oh! It adds the best elements of 360 and it just turns it on its fucking head. It's like the perfect way to end the album. I say that all the fucking time. Do I wish that I was British so that I could, like, be like this permanently? I have British heritage, as many Australians do. Is it cultural appropriation of my own culture? That's something to discuss. That line! It's so good! And keep that part in your fucking head, because it's gonna get crazy. This is just a religious experience. That part in particular, when it all changes. I've never been more hyped in my whole fucking life. That song is also going in, I love it. Yeah, I said it. Yeah, I thought that it was a fantastic elevation of 360. Out of the two, which one do I prefer? 360, obviously. In general, I prefer originals to remixes just in general, because I'm like, if it was going to be the original, it would have been. That's just my humble opinion. As much as the remixes in general are fun, I would say especially I'm very bad at honestly enjoying remixes. However, this album made me think differently about remixes. And I think it's so fun that every single song she did a remix for. It was just like she had so much cooking in her brain and she just had to have it happen. So anyway, I appreciate it nonetheless. Obviously, it's still in my top spot, so I fucking love it. Okay, next up we have Hello Goodbye, which is the first of the 3 extended version of the album songs. I will say I really enjoyed 2 of these. And the other one is good, but I'm happy it wasn't on the main album. Actually, this is the least listened to song on the album. But it's a bit not fair to judge it, because it's on that extra part. Anyway, if it's not obvious, that's the song that I probably wouldn't have had be on the album for sure. I don't think it's as egregious as I Might Say Something Stupid. Hey, I don't hate I Might Say Something Stupid, don't get it twisted. But this song is like a good filler song. It's definitely giving filler. So in that way, I'm gonna put it in yuck. It's not bad by any means, it's just not doing anything. Whereas the rest of the songs I feel like are doing something. Even I Might Say Something Stupid is doing something. There's a part of me that wants to almost swap the two. I'm not going to, because I still think that like Hello Goodbye fits on the album. If I would say it better fits Charli's discography than on Brat necessarily. So I understand why it is there, but yeah. Anyway, next up we have Guess. Oh, when this song fucking came out, my brain exploded. And of course, it has a pretty iconic remix. So let's get into it.
You wanna guess the color of my underwear? You wanna know what I got going on down there? You wanna put them in your mouth, pull them all down south. You wanna turn this shit out, that's what I'm talking about.
Get into it!
Is it pretty in pink or all see-through? Is it showing off my brand new holotype tattoo?
Anyway, that song goes fucking crazy. When I first heard it, I was like, because it's so like, songs that are about sex that go crazy like that. Anyway, that's how I feel about that. Yeah, I love it. Without, hey. Don't need to say too much about it. Now, this song, if I had to put any song from here, on St. Trinian's, it would be this next song. I love the way she does that vocal fry. I love this song. Do I think it should have been on the main album? No. But it also wasn't on the main album. Do I think Guess should have been on the main album? Yes. I'm going to put Spring Breakers in Girl So Confusing because it's fun. I will say it's definitely more Brat than Hello Goodbye. So for that reason, I'm going to put it higher than that. But I do think it's a bit of a filler song, but I enjoy it more. So that's why. Okay, now we're going to rapid fire a little bit the remixes because there are only a few that I really listen to. And I think that really should say all that needs to be said about it. So let's listen. We've got 360 featuring Robyn and Young Lean. Now they're both Swedish, is that right? From memory, this doesn't add much to 360 because it's a perfect song.
They all wanna sound like me, all wanna be like me, dress so fresh and so clean, rock with the diamonds on the sleeve.
Northeast, yeah, here calling.
Pick it up, darling, London calling.
Yeah, this might sound controversial. Making a perfect song mid, that's what happened on this remix. When 360 already had the perfect remix in 365, I don't know why this had to happen. I'm gonna put it in yuck. Sorry. I just don't care. Club Classics featuring BB Trickz. Yeah, let's get into it. Oh yeah. It's giving stanky face. It's giving remix derogatory. Club Classics featuring BB Trickz. I'm gonna put that in yuck as well. Sorry about it. That's just all I have to say about that. Sympathy is a Knife featuring Ariana Grande. My most anticipated of the remixes when we found out which artists were going to be on this. A lot of people did anticipate it being Taylor Swift. You are all insane that thought it was going to be Taylor Swift. I don't care that Charli opened for Taylor on the Reputation tour. Let's just start using our brains a little bit. I don't think they like each other. Or at least one doesn't like the other. So, Sympathy is a Knife. Before I get into it, yeah, I would say this remix added to the song. I love what they did with Ariana's voice because, hey, Charli versus Ariana. Ariana is maybe the best singer that we have of this generation. Next to Charli XCX, who sings in auto-tune. So, like, let's be real about that. So this, honestly, they made their voices sound really good together in a way that didn't make Ariana sound bad. And it used her voice like the instrument that it is. So I really like that. Oh, and just the way that it starts being different and getting me excited for when Ariana's part comes in. Oh, it's making me emotional. I'm getting so excited. Alright, Ariana, take it a fucking way.
Should you explain? Somebody says sorry, I think you've totally changed. It's a knife, if I get cheated. It's a knife when you're finally on top. Cause logically the next step is they wanna see you fall to the bottom. It's a knife, it's a knife, it's a knife, it's a knife when all the sympathy is just a knife. It's a knife, it's a knife when it's a knife when all the sympathy is just a knife.
I just have to be so serious about this. I'm not even going to put it in the order that we've been doing it. I'm putting it at the front. Oh, the way that I've been saying songs are tickling my brain. Nothing tickles my brain like that song. Oh my God. And I think with everything that is going on, like Charli is so smart about who she did these remixes with. In terms of the topic on Sympathy as a Knife and having Ariana, who has had maybe two of the worst years publicly in her private life going public, the perfect person to have on here that, you know, people calling her too thin, people saying that she's a homewrecker, la 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 la. How about we all shut our fucking mouth? Do you know what I mean? So having her be on this was insane to me and I loved every minute of it. And yeah, between this album and Eternal Sunshine, which has been snubbed at the Grammys, it was very hard for me to pick which was my favorite album of 2024. Because both these albums, Eternal Sunshine, which I already have done my reaction to, if you want to watch it, you can watch it here. And this album, oof! They're just saying things that me as an adult woman needs to hear. And they're saying it so well. So I love that song. Next we have Might Say Something Stupid featuring the 1975 and Jon Hopkins. I'm not even going to listen to this song. And it's going at the bottom. It is ironic that my least favorite song on Brat features my least favorite person on the remix. And this has nothing to do with Taylor Swift. Even prior to the Tortured Poets Department, prior to them dating, me and Maddie Healy had beef. And I will never like him. I don't care that the 1975 have the perfect sound for my little ears and my little brain. I can't stand Maddie Healy specifically. I just can't support them. I'm so happy for Charli that her and George are so happy. And obviously George is in the 1975 for those who don't know. Happy for them. Hate Maddie. I'm so sorry. I know that Charli says that Maddie is like a brother to her. It's not affected how much I enjoy her music. Let's just put it that way. Next up we have Talk Talk featuring Troye Sivan and Dula Peep. Although it says Dula Peep on my little picture, but she's not actually featured on Spotify. But I think that's just because she talks on it. It's been a minute since I've heard this. But I love that Troye Sivan is on this. Obviously, Charli and Troye are really close friends. And they just had the Sweat tour together, which, ooh, if they had come to Australia, it would have been game over for my bank account, let me tell you. This was a no-brainer that this was going to happen. Talk Talk is a fun feature for him to be on. So, let's listen to it. Troye, baby. Well, that was Dua, so... I don't think this remix does anything crazy different. It does definitely elevate it. Do I like it better than the original? I don't know if it adds anything different enough to it to elevate it, but I don't think it added anything wrong. If you know what I mean? It felt like a real natural remix. Like it felt like Troye was always meant to be there. So I'm going to put that in To Die For. Obviously. Now the next one, I'm gonna maybe offend some people. Von Dutch, as you can see in my ranking, I love. Like with my whole heart. I like Addison Rae. I'm gonna go ahead and say it. Me and Diet Pepsi. We've had a year together. Hey, do I think it's a good song? No. Do I enjoy the song? Yeah. Do I listen to it all the time as like a kind of guilty pleasure? Yeah. It's kind of like Paris Hilton Stars Are Blind.
Even though the gods are crazy, even though the stars are blind,
where it's not a good song, but it's iconic. And I love it. And so that's how I feel about Addison Rae. Aquamarine, let's not fucking talk about that song. But this version of Von Dutch, it's not it, babes. It's not it, babes. The intro fucking goes crazy. But Addison doesn't add anything. People, my camera has died. It's too hot. This was ambitious already to film on a over 30-degree day in this room. But we do have a number of other songs to chat about. I am just going to rank them super quickly. I don't have heaps to say about a lot of them, but I'll let you know what I think about the ones that I do have anything to say on. Everything is Romantic featuring Caroline Polachek. I like Caroline Polachek. Obviously, I like Everything is Romantic. I put that in the fucking top. Oh, I didn't even rank this. Yuck. Actually, I might even put it in Crash, actually. Crash! Oof! Okay, as I said, Everything is Romantic with Caroline Polachek. The production is really different in a way that suits Caroline but not Charli as much. And I don't think it added anything brilliant. So I'm going to add it in Yuck. I'm so sorry about it. Rewind featuring Bladee. It's so cute. But then it doesn't go crazy. Like, the beginning is so cute. And I'm like, ooh, if it still has the same energy as the original, this is going to be a banger. It's got something like spacey and awesome in it. But it doesn't quite hit like the original Rewind. I'm actually going to put it in this... I was going to put it in the same category, but then I realized Rewind is sitting in Girl So Confusing. So I'm sorry, it's going in Yuck. So I featuring A.G. Cook. I'm sorry, you can't improve on perfection. I'm going to put it in Crash because I quite honestly don't even remember how it goes. Oh, it just ruins it. So I is so important. A.G. Cook obviously has a good reason to be on this song, but I don't know. We don't need to have a dance song about grief. Anyway, now we come to the remix of all remixes, Girl So Confusing featuring Lorde. This song, it's gotta be at the top. I was gonna put it before Sympathy is a Knife with Ariana Grande, but honestly that song was even more iconic to me personally, even though I know Girl So Confusing featuring Lorde is the iconic song to end all iconic songs. Like, without a doubt, that's the song. Do you know what I mean? This is the song that I voted for on the Hottest 100 for Charli. I love Lorde. I love Charli. I think that they sound incredible. I think that the things that Lorde added to this song were phenomenal. I love that it sounded like them talking to each other and actually developing the story. Banger. Next up we have Apple featuring The Japanese House. I actually think this song is really good. I said that like it was a hot take. This song is really good. Is it better than the original Apple? No. But I really like it in the same way that I like Talk Talk. So I'm gonna put them together. This just sounded like it was meant to be this way as well. I don't think that it improved upon, but I think that it was good and I really liked it. B2B with Tinashe. I couldn't even tell you how this song goes. Whoa. Have I even listened to this? Oh. Another one that feels natural, like a natural progression of this song. I'm going to put that in the same category, To Die For. Now, Mean Girls featuring Julian Casablancas. I fucking love Mean Girls. You know how I feel about that little piano moment. Julian Casablancas, an artist that I like. So it pains me a little bit to say that this song, it's just nothing on the remix. It's fun, but it's a bit nothing. It slows it down. Oh, it's good. Oh, fuck. It's hard to say because I really like what both of them are doing. It's not the same, though, as original Mean Girls in that, like, the feeling that it gives me. It's really good. Oh, I'm going to put it in Girl So Confusing because I'm so confused about where I should put this if I'm being completely honest because I do really like... I like Mean Girls. I like Charli on this. I like Julian on this. But it just doesn't give the icon status that the original Mean Girls has. And that's just all I got to say about that. Now, I think about it all the time. Now we're going to talk about something that is crazy. That is completely different to the original version. Bon Iver. Oh my god. What an iconic mashup. One of the most beautiful voices of our generation. Let's just say that. And the way that they changed Charli's voice on this to not be so overproduced. Oh. It's hard because I think about it all the time. But this makes it kind of more of a like relaxed moment on the album instead of that anxious feeling. And I think that almost ruins the meaning of the song for me. I like the pairing. On its own, if I didn't know the original existed, I would like it. I'm going to put it in yuck. I'm so sorry. I would not listen to this over the original. All right, 365, a remix of a remix with Shygirl. It's fucking insane. The beginning part of the song sounds like something else. I can't think now. I don't like it anywhere near as much as I like 365. It should go without saying. I'm going to put it in crash. Sorry. Now we've got two extremely iconic songs. I just realized that Hello Goodbye didn't get a remix. I guess we know what Charli thought about that song then. If Von Dutch got two remixes and we didn't get one for Hello Goodbye, sounds like we know what happened there. Guess, featuring Billie Eilish. This is, in terms of what Billie represents as an artist, is a perfect mashup. I like Billie Eilish. But her voice and Charli's on this song does not match. I don't know why. They had Charli being so Charli and like over the top and like strong in her vocals, and then they had Billie be so like kind of the whisper singing that she does. I don't know. I don't like it as much as I like the original, but I do really like it. The music video is so iconic. I'm going to put it into Die For. It can't be at the same level as I Love It. I do love it. And I'm glad that the people that really like Billie Eilish started listening to Charli because of this song. And that didn't listen to Charli previously, which happened to my friend. So I know that that is at least one case of someone doing that. And finally, now we're talking about iconic mashups. Spring Breakers featuring Kesha. I love Kesha. Oh my god. And I think what's good about it is the song sounds pretty much the same as the original Spring Breakers song, but with Kesha on a verse. So it feels really natural. And this is definitely like a Kesha song. She had such a big year with Joyride. Oh. If no one's streaming Joyride, I'm dead. Like, that's how I feel about Kesha. I love Kesha being involved on this. I'm going to put it at the same level as I put the other Spring Breakers because it didn't make me like the song more necessarily, but I just love Kesha and I was excited to see her on there. So, yeah. Okay. My camera is dying. It's overheating. As you all know, I just had to rank like half of the album with no camera on. So thank you all so much for hanging out with me. I am desperate to see a Brat do very well at the Grammys. I do hope that it pulls some awards, whether that be the award for 360 or whether that be Album of the Year. It's up there with some very good albums. I don't expect it to win, but I do hope that it does. I think based on what we've seen from the critics, they really like this album. So I feel like it's got a good chance, and it certainly was a cultural moment. So whether it wins or not, it was a cultural moment and I'm so happy about it. Fantastic album. I loved it. My album of the year. I definitely wanted to have it on my channel. Honestly, it felt so wrong that I never made anything to do with BRATS specifically because I love it so much. Thank you all for hanging out with me while I ranked this and talked about my feelings about it. I feel very grateful. I love Charli. I love Brat. And I love all of you. So thank you so much for hanging out with me today. I hope that you have all been extremely well. I hope that you're all looking after yourselves. I hope that you've all been hydrated. And of course, I will see you all next time. Bye! Yeah, 360. 365 party girl, bumping that. Bumping that, bumping that, bumping that, bumping that.